Here we go. This is one of my favorite videos. It's our bold predictions. Nameco, Barkley, Fantasy Smack Talk, talking about the 2019 upcoming fantasy football season. And we got some bold predictions for you. But before we get into that,
bold predictions.
Sad news? Maybe sad news? Little tearjerker maybe?
It's gonna not be very well taken news, but we're getting pretty busy these days. He's traveling a lot. I'm coaching softball now. We just don't have the time to be doing it during the season. We will be back next year, preseason. Please don't unsubscribe.
Well, and maybe we'll throw a few videos here or there. There's a good chance we still hang out. We still chat.
There might be some videos during the season, but it's just logistically and dollar-wise, we're just not making enough money on these videos. I know how much some of you people like to think
actually in the negative.
We're rolling in the dough over here, but we've been doing this mainly for fun over the last 10, 11 years, and we're still only at 22,000 subscribers because no one shares our videos. Thank you.
Secret weapon.
But whatever, leave some comments. We're not thrilled about it either, but
But like I said, stay subscribed there. I will put every now and then. Dustin and I are still going to chill, so maybe we'll be like, yeah, let's throw a video up there. We'll do some things maybe during the season.
And we'll definitely be back next off season, but just logistically during the season, money-wise, it's just...
All right, so with that out of the way, let's get into the bold predictions, Mr. Barkley. Shall I start?
Go for it.
I am going to start with Mr. Lamar Jackson. You know, early on, he was like the 20th quarterback, and he keeps climbing up, so... For me to make it bold, I have to say he's going to be a top 7 quarterback this year. Currently ranked as the 14th going off the board. And here's my thing with Lamar. It's fantasy. It's not real life. Sure, he can't throw the ball that great, but he started half the game. I know that's important in fantasy too.
It is pretty important.
But it's important all around. But he started half the games last year and got about 700 rushing yards. My bold prediction, top 7 quarterback. And he's going to beat Michael Vick's best rushing performance ever. Vick did a little over 1,000 yards, 1,039. I'm saying Lamar Jackson beats that this year. You're going to see him run a lot. Ravens will be fun to watch if it works. It might not work, but it's going to be interesting.
Take a beating to do it.
I can't wait.
And you know, if we hit on one of these, we feel pretty good.
So oh yeah, these are crazy predictions.
We are saying these are bold. We know they're bold. Next one, I'm sticking in Baltimore. Mark Ingram. I'm shocked at the lack of love that he is getting on this kind of run-first type of team that they're building out there. He's currently the 24th running back. And if he stays healthy, I think there's a chance he could lead the league in touches. I don't think that is completely out of the question. I know they have a couple of decent backs there, but in 2017, and granted this was on a much better overall offense with the Saints, he was a top 6 running back in a half .5 PPR. So I think he will be an RB1. That's what I'm saying for my bold prediction with him. Like I said, currently he's the 24th running back in consensus rank.
All right, going over to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I remember last year I was like, who cares about this Juju guy? James Washington's going to be a beast. So clearly that didn't work out. But with Brown out of town, I'm back on the James Washington bandwagon. I know Moncrief's there, but... I mean, I liked this before all the preseason, but man, has he looked great in the preseason so far. My bold prediction, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's currently going as the 56th wide receiver off the board. Clearly, if he does that, he's going to skyrocket up. But all the Vance McDonald love, yeah, I don't say there. I say James Washington. Again, I know Moncrief's there, but it's a bold prediction for a reason, and he looks really good. Second-year receiver. James Washington.
We've liked him the whole time.
We have.
He's starting to get a lot.
Before it was cool to like him, we liked him.
He's going to move up draft boards. People are going to realize Moncrief is not the guy.
Moncrief's been terrible forever.
Mitch Trubisky's next.
Oh, shocker here.
Videos, you know I'm going to throw me in a Mitch Trubisky here. I'm going to say top 5 quarterback.
Woo!
He's currently ranked as the 18th. You know, he's second year of learning the new offense. And it just really started to click for him around week 4 last year. Between week 4 and week 9, he was a beast. Then he had that injury. Wasn't quite the same after coming back, but it's going to be the second year of the offense. They got David Montgomery now, which I think might be a slight upgrade from Howard. He's still got a ton of weapons out there. But those 6 games from week 4 to week 9, he threw 17 passing touchdowns and threw in 2 rushing touchdowns during that span. And that's when it was kind of all clicking and it got derailed with the injury. But I'm excited. I'm right back on board with them. The Bears in general are just getting disrespected in terms of what I think.
Big Cat of Barstool would be happy you said that.
There you go.
Who I would much rather be sitting next to is way cooler than you.
That's fine.
Devin Singletary is next on my list. And we've talked about him before, but I've really liked him the whole time. He was picked 74 in the draft. And in college, he led Division I with 32 touchdowns.
Good.
So the reason people hate on him is a reason I don't really care about. I care a little bit. But his 40 time was 4.66, which isn't the best for a running back. But who cares? Eyeball test. He's looked great in the preseason. So what I am saying, I don't care about old man McCoy anymore. By week 3, if not week 1, he's going to be the starter. And he's going to end the year as a top 15 running back. Devin Singletary. Kind of guy that you get late in drafts. I've been saying it. His ADP was like 144 forever, which is insane.
He's going to keep moving up.
He will. Oh, especially after these preseason games. But still, I called this before all that.
Sony Michel is next. This guy has been getting so many negative reports. Everyone's hopping on the rookie out there, and I get it. It's more fun to say that the rookie's going to do it, but that's what people were saying about Michel last year, and they eased him in, and he didn't really get going towards the end of last year. But my bold prediction was Sony Michel, who is currently ranked 22nd quarterback, or 22nd running back. I think he leads all running backs in touchdowns. I think he could definitely be that guy. In the playoffs last year, in the 3 games, he had 6 rushing touchdowns, and I think one of those games he didn't even touch the ball in the second half. I think he had 3 in the first half. But Sony Michel, all his knee stuff, I get it. It's something to at least be concerned about, but the only procedure he had was just the cleanup procedure. He's going to be ready to go. I think he's going to be the one they trust the most right out of the gate, and if he doesn't give them a reason to pull him, I think he's going to be at least the guy getting the goal line. So we'll see.
All right, this wouldn't have been bold like 2 years ago, but it is now apparently, and that's Tevin Coleman, a top 15 running back in PPR formats, and he catches 50 balls. And the reason I say it wouldn't have been bold 2 years ago is because when it was him and Freeman on Atlanta, everybody's like, ooh, I can't wait for Coleman to go somewhere else. Be unleashed. He's going to be amazing. And then not only did he leave, he went to Shanahan, who was his coach in Atlanta, so people should love him even more, but they're not, because he's currently going 48th. 48th. Are you kidding me? So in terms of RBs. 26th. Why do I have 48? 26.
You were looking at Devin.
That's why I was paused. I was like, that's kind of insane.
Right.
So he's going 26. Regardless, top 15 in a PPR. Was with Shanny before. He's back with Shanny. He's going to catch 50 balls. And I know it's crowded out there, but I do not care. Do I really care about Burita? Do I really care about Mostert? I care a little bit about McKinnon, but he's banged up, and Tevin Coleman will be the man out there. And will find his way into a ton of my teams.
Aaron Jones is next. I'm saying he's going to be a top 5 running back. I've always loved this guy. He's currently ranked as the 14th running back that's going off the board. You know, he only played in 12 games last year, and about a handful of those, he was barely even getting the touches that he deserved. It really took them a while to finally go towards Jones. But in 12 games, he had almost 1,000 total yards and 9 total touchdowns. I mean, I think a full year on that offense, if he can stay healthy, I think double-digit touchdowns is almost a lock. I think 1,200-plus total yards is pretty much a lock as well. And I could easily see him cracking the top 5. So I'm loving some Aaron Jones. He's getting disrespected out there.
All right, my last bold prediction is Mr. Jarvis Landry. Catches over 100 balls this year. He is currently the 31st wide receiver going off the board. And the reason I'm saying this is bold is because everyone's like, well, Odell Beckham's there. There's so many weapons there. And Jarvis Landry doesn't play the same position as Odell. He plays in the slot. So you know what's going to happen? Last year they had safeties looking at Landry because he was the best weapon. You can't do that with Odell Beckham. I think Landry gets one of the biggest bumps because he's there. In the past years with Landry, 84, 110, 94, 112, and then last year 81 catches. To get him back over to 100, I think is great. I think he's a steal in PPR leagues right now.
And my last bold prediction, Mr. Robbie Anderson. You know I'm a fan if you've been watching the videos. I think he'll be a top 12 receiver, currently being taken as the 28th wide receiver off the board. He rookie quarterback last year, took them a little while to get chemistry going. They didn't really have much of a run game. But at the end of the year, last 4 games, he had 3 touchdowns in those 4 games. And now you got Le'Veon. Darnold's 1 year more experience. I just really feel like Robbie is ready to get things going, and he is not a one-trick pony, and they have been talking about moving him around a little bit more, getting him the ball in space. I think he does have the potential of being an all-around receiver.
So I've always had irrational hate on Robbie Anderson.
You have.
And I know when I have irrational hate for no reason. When it's a Dustin guy, But just saying, the guy that prior to him was who?
T.Y.?
Exactly.
T.Y. Hilton. I liked T.Y. when he was in the Robbie Anderson.
So I'm just saying, it could be very similar to that.
And that's who I compare him to, honestly, because a lot of people did just see him as a smaller one-trick pony, but he is not, and I don't think Robbie Anderson is either.
So do us a favor, share this video, leave a comment, like it.
Don't unsubscribe. We will be back.
Don't unsubscribe. We'll shoot some videos during the year. We'll try our best. Maybe I'll do some gambling videos. If you want to see the Nameco picks, I haven't had to pay my bookie since the Capitals won the Stanley Cup. It's a pretty good run. He hasn't paid me much either, but I haven't had to pay him, which I think is a win.
Check out all their other stuff. Good luck in your drafts. Football is just
Football is around the corner.